Hello. In this blended learning simulation, you're going to deal with humanities, specifically poetry. I know what you're thinking. Not poetry, anything but poetry. It's the summer! Well, the trick is to pick the right poet. The poet I picked for you is named Taylor Mawley. Taylor Mawley is a contemporary poet. He used to be a teacher, but now he makes his living full-time by writing and performing poetry, which would be kind of cool if you think about it. I picked him for a couple of reasons. First of all, because he's dynamic and entertaining. And second of all, because he writes about teaching a lot. Since you guys are teachers, I thought that would make his poetry very accessible to you. In this part of the simulation, you are playing the role of the student. So essentially, by watching this video, what you're doing is you're doing part of your homework. Your first step is to become familiar with Mr. Mawley and his style of poetry. You're going to begin that by watching the YouTube below entitled What Teachers Make. That link's right below where I am right now. You can watch it a couple times if you want. It's fairly short. After you watch the video, I want you to scroll down and you will find another one of Mawley's poems called Miracle Workers. This time, instead of hearing his poem performed, you're actually going to read his poem so you can compare the two. All right, so here's some things to think about as you watch and then read some of Mawley's work. First of all, in the introduction to his book of poetry, Mawley wrote that he feels he is still a teacher even though he's no longer in the classroom. He claims that 308 people have become teachers because of his work. So here's the first question. Do you think that Taylor Mawley is having a greater impact on the education of young people by inspiring others to become teachers? Or would his impact be greater if he had remained in the classroom himself? How does he use emotion and tone to get the main points of his poem across? Do his words move you or do they have an impact on you? Is this really a poem at all? Doesn't rhyme. Is this poetry or is it just storytelling? And is Taylor Mawley's poetry as effective when you read it for yourself as it is when you actually see it performed? So once again, your assignment is to watch Taylor Mawley performing What Teachers Make and then to read the poem Miracle Workers. This needs to be completed by 11:40. The last part of your assignment, which begins at 11:40, will be to participate in an online discussion of Mawley's work where you will need to post at least once on the discussion board and you will need to respond to at least one other student on the discussion board. And this assignment is due by 12 o'clock, at which time we will eat lunch. Thanks.